episode, we went seeking sea turtle nesting. But in this episode, we are able to see sea turtles at Buck Island, St. Croix. We were very excited about going to the Virgin Islands.
Where are we going, baby?
That way.
We are going to honeymoon beach. Honeymoon. Oh, we're gonna be like our honeymoon. We're gonna be so romantic. It's gonna be so. Ah! It's gonna be so good, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
St. Thomas. Ooh, 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 ooh. Making the crossing from Calabria to St. Thomas was pretty pleasant, but finding anchorage was the challenge. We cruised through the West Gregory Bay, only to realize that most of the anchorages were either too crowded, too deep, or too rolling. So it was on to Christmas Cove. Well, we have arrived in St. Thomas, but entering into the bay seemed like a bad idea. We couldn't figure out if their mooring balls were private or whether they were available to rent. There was not a lot of demarcation on them, and it was very rolly in that bay there for Charlotte Amalie. So it was on to Christmas Cove and the Great St. James. So we are going to Christmas Cove, and maybe get some pizza on the boat.
Pizza pie.
Pizza pie! Delivered to the boat! That's Christmas! We lucked out with getting a moor involved. And even Aquatrek got one as well. We did love the view and crystal clear water, but the ability to get a hot, delicious pizza while on a boat makes this feel like Christmas.
Where are we going, baby?
Pizza.
How are we going to get the pizza? We're on a mooring ball in St. Thomas, for God's sake. How are we going to get a pizza?
Just you watch and see.
Pizza, pizza, pizza.
I mean, what? That's crazy. This is crazy.
You know, best and brightest in our country, went to MIT and decided before I become a rocket scientist at NASA, I should own a boat and make pizza on it. That's really what happened.
That's great.
I have the vegetarian with the sausage.
You feel like that's a contradiction in terms there.
I am a contradiction in terms. This is cool. I'm ordering pizza from a boat in the Virgin Isles. And a cocktail. Doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
That's my drink.
What dreams are made of right here.
Islands and pizza.
St. Thomas. It is not a walking town. Since it was a calm day, we dinghied over to the mainland with the expectation of walking around to do some exploring. Bad idea. St. Thomas is not a walking island. The hills are quite steep and, we could handle that. But the crazy drivers on the road made it outright dangerous. Things we have learned about St. Thomas. Number one, you cannot walk around here. Because this traffic is crazy.
They just don't care.
They do not
They go
care.
way too fast.
They're fast. They're speeding by. The roads are turning. Every road is uphill. Not
Every
one
road.
road. Not one road goes downhill. Every road is uphill. Things we have learned about St. Thomas. You must take the bus for $2. Don't get on the $4 bus because they're ripping you off. $2 bus. Look for the locals. Words of wisdom. Thank you very much for playing. For our own safety, we opted for a taxi and soon discovered a safari bus. Woohoo! I wish there was smell-o-vision because it smells so bad. What is better than crashing a yacht club that you don't belong to? Nothing.
I want to go to Duffy's Love Shack.
Love Shack. Love Shack. Baby, Love Shack.
Love Shack. Duffy's Love Shack.
Yes, let's
How
look
you
in.
doing?
Let's look up in close to this two pirate.
How you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, you're a lot bigger than he is.
Yeah. Do you want a threesome?
Our boat buddy on Aquatrek needed a haul out before going any further south. So we had some days to explore much of St. Thomas. We moved the boat over to Long Bay near the cruise ships to be closer to the action, but we may have moved a little too close. When the cruise ships dock and leave, they run their bow thrusters for about 30-40 minutes, which causes the boats anchored in the bay to twist around in circles. Then there was the fact that if you wandered too far away from the pretty and manufactured cruise area, you had to be worried about your safety. By the time we had been warned by 4 different locals about the crime element, add to the fact that we heard gunshots on land and the blue lights and sirens ran all night long, we made up our minds about how long we would stay. And that was not long. And then we happened upon Secret Harbor. Ah, yes, happiness. The anchorage was a bit rolly, but for the first time we made a swell bridle. Pointing us into the waves, not the wind, solved the problem.
So I had to tie 2 ropes together. And as you can see, the white is our rope, and I had to tie 2 together. I made a little half hitch and tied it on the anchor chain. And then, so the anchor chain comes to here and it meets up with the rope, which I've tied a knot around, and then the rope is taken and tied to the stern of the boat. Then we pulled it up as tight as we could and then let more anchor chain out, which made us turn into the swells. Versus this way, which is what we were facing, because we were facing into the wind, and then the swells were coming at us and hitting us broadside. So I believe it solved the problem. What you think, sir?
Oh, looks good so far.
Yeah. Thank goodness for things I read on the internet.
And if any parts of that rolly issue were still there, it was soon fixed by happy hour. Happy hour, right there at the Sunset Grill. Both food and drinks. It was the first happy hour we had seen in many, many months.
What did we find, Eddie, that we have not seen since we left the state? No.
Happy hour.
Happy hour!
Happy hour. I've seen it on St. Thomas a lot, but we never stay there until happy hour.
Happy hour! We love happy hour. Tell me, what you like about here, man?
I like it here. It's a great place. Secret Harbor. Don't tell anybody, it's a secret. Right here in Nazareth Bay. Happy hour, chicken wings, boneless chicken wings. Life is good.
Right. We love $3 drinks and $8
$8 wings.
taps and good stuff.
It is.
We have not had that sound in a long time. What is that sound you say? No motor running, only sail power. Wind, water, waves. That's why I love a sailboat. We're on our way to
St. Croix.
St. Croix. We're on our way to St. Croix on our anniversary.
The travel to St. Croix was sailable, but when the squalls kicked up some 40 knots of wind, it was rather unpleasant.
We have water as far as the eye can see. So we don't have any landmass in our visuality, in visual view. I'm making up words. As far as the eye can see, we have water, water, and more water. No land. This is not a pleasant crossing. It would be nice if it was just maybe 10, 15 knots of wind less, but what are you gonna do? The day we chose to go, and we are past the point where we do our bailout. So we're going on. Thought a couple of times and said it to the captains how happy I am that he insisted that we buy a boat with a full enclosure, because on days like this you really need it or else we'd be soaking wet. We are able to zip ourselves down into the little of safety. A little worried here. We got some nasty weather coming our way. That was a big one. Yeah, big wave, just big wave came and washed us over. So we're okay. Here's the sound that we keep hearing. We think it's coming from the autopilot, but we don't really know. So Eddie's trying to grease it up in the back while we're preparing to be hit by this storm. Not good, not good.
St. Croix was our kind of island.
We're in St. Croix, and the sun is out, and it rained like the dickens on us yesterday.
Watch the boat.
Watch the boat. All good positives. Yay, yay. Don't know what the town name is. Find out it. Christianstead, says the captain.
The first stop on St. Croix was on the outside of the marina of Christianstead. Now, sailors are always trying to save money, so to be charged $5 to bring one dinghy to shore seemed extreme. The laundry and grocery were not convenient nor cheap, but one has to do what you gotta do. It's boat life.
Laundry day in St. Croix. Laundry day.
I still use my Eco Wash, but I found that it doesn't really clean the clothes and it doesn't get the stains out of it. But what it does do with 1 cap of ammonia is to make your clothes smell fresh again, and the ammonia evaporates into the air until you can get to a laundry to do your own laundry.
Laundry day in St. Croix. Wait, yeah, we are in St. Croix, right? Laundry day.
Soon we figured out where to bring our dinghy that didn't cost us money. And had a town that we could walk around. There were lots of cool places to see and explore. Cool restaurants and bars, some of them right on the water. And even a fort to check out.
Light the cannon! Take out the Jolly Roger!
Have you been bad?
Oh, this is terrible.
Oh, that would be terrible.
My goodness.
Ouch.
You couldn't even stand up, and I'm pretty short. Don't go to jail.
Just say no.
Oh, I don't like But our favorite spot may have been Buck Island. Buck Island at St. Croix. We love a beautiful secluded beach with lots of snorkeling, diving, hiking trails, and sea turtles nesting. Whoop whoop. We love what we do, and even though it's tough sometimes making these passages, it is well worth it. Let us know if it is your dream as well. We love hearing from you, and don't forget to subscribe both on YouTube and on our website. Come back and see us in our next episode. You know you want to. At some point you're going to get sick of me saying that.